What is up, everyone? So, just wanted to kind of share a little bit of a personal moment with all of you. Today is Monday, June 15th, 2020. It's been 5 years to the day that I sold my business, my last business that I sold, but it was a major movement and a major change for me. And I just want to give you guys some things that I learned during that process. And I also want to give you some things that I've learned since then that have evolved in my head and kind of where I stand. And some of you won't care for this, but that's okay. It's just things that are, I'm kind of emotional today, not in a bad way. We're going through a lot of tough times in society with all the issues from our antivirus. This is tech guy and me coming out. It's from the antivirus problem. I wish I had an antivirus problem, by the way. But a lot of things going on in our lives right now. Worldwide problems. We have our virus issues, our pandemic problems, but then we also have our societal racial issues, specifically here in the U.S. But it's a problem around the world. Racial inequality across the board is a challenge. But I'm fortunate because I've come out of this and I got emotional today because it's been 5 years since I sold my company and kind of exited. And one of the things that I really learned that was very, I don't want to say unexpected, but it was one of those things that I've come to realize that I was fortunate to go down the right paths because, and I just came off of a call with a young man, Chris from Australia. It's evening here in the States. And Chris and I were talking about this of how important it is to stay positive in your mindset and how important it is to stay always thinking about the right things. Because what happens is you go down these paths of life. And when you're thinking negative, let's just take every choice you have is a why. You can go right, you can go left. But it's not even so much the choice that's the impact. It's how you think about it going into the choice determines the choice you make. And if you're thinking negatively about yourself or about life or self-doubt or any of these potential negative things, you potentially choose to take a left turn. And then you start making decisions based on that left turn. And the next decision is based on a left turn. And I'm just saying left is negative in this case. And then the next decision is based on a left turn. The next decision is based on a left turn. Versus if you stood here and thinking positively, not self-limiting beliefs, not self-doubt, not all this negativity, not all these problems, and you start to think about, I can do it, I can do it, I can do it. And it's always a right turn into positive. It's always a right turn into the right thing. And I'm not, and right and wrong is quantifiable, I guess, or not, maybe not quantifiable, I guess. It's hard to say. But the bottom line is if you always err on the side of, I'm going to be super positive, and those of you that hang around with me, I can see like one of my team members and some of my clients are commenting right now. I can see that with you guys. You guys know that I'm a very inherently positive person. I wasn't always that way. I'm very much that way now, purposefully, because 5 years ago this happened, and it happened because I was fortunate. And the fortunate came from I grew up in a very privileged life. I grew up in a very privileged family. We had a lot of, I'd need or want for nothing. Not saying we were rich or even wealthy, but I never had the scenario where I was forced to make that left turn decision because of negative thoughts about myself. I never had things that I had to go through that were super bad. I'm very fortunate for that. Very blessed in that scenario. But I just want you to think about this and how important this is to your life moving forward, because I see so many people that count themselves out before they even get to the chance of that point. And it's really tough. And now I'm at this point where if you count me out, the only reason you count me out is because you can't count. Think about that. Like, I believe in myself so much and what I build now. And this isn't me being a arrogant ass or any of these other things. This is true. I believe in myself and I give back and I love people and I have so much kindness, but think about how critical this is. The only reason I would get counted out now is if you can't count. That's how much I believe in myself. And that seems a little bit crazy and it seems a little bit arrogant. I get that, but it's way different than arrogance. It's confidence. And it's because I've had this mindset of positive, positive, right turn, right turn, right turn, right turn, right turn, constantly. And eventually what happens is you just start to believe it. And then you have people that believe in you, and you have people that rely on you and count on you. And you're like, I feel down today, but I can't let that person down. I feel down today, but I can't let my wife down. I can't let my parents down. I can't let my team down. I can't let my clients down. And it just leads into all this growth and gratitude and strength and amazing worlds. And all of that is what you use to move yourself. And it's something that I really came to realize. And it took me probably 15 years to get to this point of realizing this. And some people get it faster, but some people never get this. And I think right now, and we got people watching this from all over the world, and I get it, and it's awesome. I have pretty good global reach, and it's amazing for me. It's something that's very humbling, and it's amazing. But here in the States, it's really tough. Like, it's tough times right now. And there's people that I know my whole life that are like massive racial division and all these other things. And it's just like, I have to make decisions to write people out of my life because I refuse to have negativity in my world, period. I refuse to have it. I will not have it. I want positivity. And you guys just got the why. So understand all of that and realize if you can put any of this in your back pocket to potentially grow your business. And again, for those of you that are just joining me right now, I sold my last big sale of my business was 5 years ago today. So I wanted to come live and kind of talk to people about this. I don't do a lot of big public lives. I'm live like 3 times a week inside of my groups and on some of my pages. But I don't come publicly live very often. And I just wanted you guys to hear this. It's an important thing, and it's an important message of how important it is to be positive and how important it is to really take care of yourself. Notice I'm like in workout gear, right? I work out 6-7 days a week now. I've made a purpose to make time for myself to work out 6-7 days a week. I have a personal trainer. I have a Peloton downstairs. I do these things to improve myself because I don't believe that I can lead people being a bad example. That's the way it is. And I have over 200 coaching clients in my program, multiple programs. We have, in all my programs combined, we're about 450. And I'm very blessed to have that. And my job is to lead you guys and lead you in a right direction and to be ultra, super, hyper positive. So if there's anything you can take from this, you can achieve anything you want to do if you err on the side of positivity, if you err on the side of compassion, if you err on the side of kindness. You're never going to see me ripping on other people. I never tear people down. I never talk trash to them. I never talk trash about them behind their backs. That's a rule that I have, and I never violate this. And those of you that know me personally, I see Lisa, you're on this call right now. Lisa, that's on my team, can tell you that. Like, I'm never negative. Do I get down on myself occasionally? Absolutely. Everybody does. But I fall back on, what the hell are you being negative for? What are you even having any doubt about? Because look at all the things that you're blessed with. And then I pop out of it. And so I just want you guys all to think about that. Think about how important that is and how important it is to be positive and how important it is to believe in yourself and allow people to help you. It's okay to be vulnerable. It's okay to have questions about yourself. It's okay to have issues. It's also okay to ask for help. There's so many people I know that I offer help to, and they're like, "No, I'm good. Don't want it." When I know you need help, like, I know you need help. You were just bitching about stuff, which is, it's fine to bitch. It's fine to vent. It's totally fine to do that. You were just bitching about stuff a couple minutes ago, and I'm reaching out to you to say, I can help you. Nope, I'm good. It's okay to ask for help. It's okay to accept help. Doesn't mean you're a bad person. Doesn't mean anything. It's okay to be vulnerable. It's okay to do all that stuff. So just think about all that stuff as you go. Help yourself grow. Help yourself evolve. And I'm a little emotional today because it's been 5 years since my last sale, and it was a big moment in my life, and it changed my life. My wife and I picked up out of Wisconsin and moved to Austin, Texas when that happened. And actually, to give you guys how big of a deal this is, my self-limiting beliefs at that time were, I can't leave Wisconsin because that's where everything I was. When I would never be sitting here right now, literally 10 to 15 to 20, maybe 50, maybe 100 times more successful than I ever was in Wisconsin. I owned a decent size IT firm in Wisconsin. If for those of you, I'm broadcasting about across multiple channels here. I never would be who I am right now. I still have all the relationships I had that I was worried about leaving and losing. Like I was crushed actually leaving Wisconsin because some of my best friends are there. They're still my best friends. That's what's crazy, right? So distance doesn't separate people, only silence does. I talk to those people 3, 4 times a week. 5 years later, I see them every time I go back. They come down here. We hang out. We do different stuff. It's actually grown the relationships. And I was worried about that killing all my relationships when in reality, the ones that I really cared about, the ones that were really valuable are still there and we still talk all the time. But and honestly, my wife forced me to come down here. Basically, like she said, I'm leaving, and if you're staying, you're staying. And that was pretty much her mindset. But think about how important all these things are, because that self-limiting belief that I had at the time was trying to hold me back, and I let my guiding light, which was my wife, push me towards Texas and on Austin, and there was something special that moved us here, and it's personal growth and getting outside of your own comfort zone. I say this to my coaching clients all the time. Discomfort is planted right next to growth in the garden of success. And it's really accurate. It's really accurate. And those of you that know me personally, you know, especially in the last couple of years, you guys know specifically that I practice what I preach really hard. Like we work on this stuff constantly in my team every single day, and it's a big freaking deal to me. So just want to leave you guys with that. Think about all these things. If you have comments, comment away. I'll be here. I'll be checking. I'll be messaging. And really appreciate all of you watching and caring and loving me and loving everything that's out there. So please be kind, be passionate. Love solves all problems. That sounds cheesy probably, but I don't really care. Like I really don't care because that's how I live my life and that's what I believe. So think about all that stuff and you guys have a great night. Keep crushing it. We'll see you, Loon. I'll see you, Loon, not Loon, soon. Peace out.